Let's get it. The new movement, DJ Drewski. Of course, I'm in the building. And we first got to start off by saying congratulations to our Who's Next winner, JayFlexn.
Thank you.
You got to tell us how it felt, that whole process from when you first submitted your record. Like, how'd you find out about the contest? What made you submit your song?
So I post content and I posted a snippet, and somebody I make music with, she said High 97 having a contest. So I submitted my music through there. I was confident, but I was just like, I hope I win. It was keeping me up at night.
Really?
Yeah.
So every night you looking at the numbers, you checking the votes. Because how'd you get people to vote for you? Were you like, because one of the artists was out there campaigning. Like,
yeah.
Were you doing the same thing or kind of just?
I was doing the same thing, but also because I got, I got a strong group of supporters on YouTube. So I told them to go vote. And also I was telling my family members vote. And, daily people are allowed to vote. Yeah.
So,
yes.
You land top 3.
Yes.
You get the call like, yo, you going to SOBs for the contest. Were you still confident? Like, of contest.
I was confident, but I like to stay humble. I was very excited because I never expected like this to happen. Especially like I've been consistently dropping for only 1 year.
Only 1 year?
Yeah.
So you like making music for 1 year? Because I seen like there's videos when you were a kid, you would playing the piano, you would going to guitar lessons.
Yeah.
When did music like start for you?
So music, you mean like music or just like rapping in general?
Not rapping, but just like how old were you when you went to the guitar lessons? Because you looked a lot younger.
Cause I started playing guitar when I was like 6 or 8.
Wow.
I started making music when I was 6, but I was never like too serious with it.
Right.
And then last year, I just decided like I wanted to be serious about it, cause I always knew it was a dream I wanted to chase.
Right. How is it with like, cause you have Caribbean parents.
Yeah.
And when it comes to like music, a lot of times, Caribbean parents like, no, go to school, focus on school, become a doctor, but they're allowing you and supporting and pushing you to follow your music dream. So how's that been like at home with like mom and dad?
My dad, he always been a supporter. My mom, I had to make her a supporter.
You had to make her believe.
Yeah, because when I was 5, I just started rapping, and I told her I wanted to be a rapper. She started like crashing out.
Right,
like,
which is normal. Like that's normal.
Yeah, like what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Be a rapper, cause like the way rappers is portrayed, like that gangster, that thug image. She didn't want people to see me as that.
Right. So you stuck to it, and you said, "Nah, mom, I'm gonna do music."
Yeah.
How is it now when you performing at SOBs? You got artists like Jim Jones. You got High 97 in the building. Was mom's like perspective a little different? Like,
oh yeah, that's the first time like I seen her truly happy that I was doing something music related, and it was so amazing that it hasn't even hit me yet, cause it was like sometimes I be thinking to myself, I'm like, I'm really performing on that festival stage, man, and I don't know.
Right. Well, we're gonna get there. All right. So boom, you go to SOBs, you perform. Jim Jones is there. You got High 97. You got DJ Drewski there. How did you prepare for that performance? Were you like home all week, kind of in the room preparing?
So I'm still in school. So every time I'm doing what I gotta do from school, I work on the moves I was gonna do. Like if you notice, like there was one time I spin, like I practiced to do that. I always practice to do that, and yeah, it just came together. And always like the thing that really helped me during that performance is knowing how important it was in that moment. Because to like bigger artists, it might just be like a small moment to them, but like to me, that meant a lot.
Right. So now you perform. Then we announce the winners, and you hear JayFlexn.
Yeah.
But did you even think? I know you said you were confident, but being honest, did you think you were gonna win, or you kind of like?
I really didn't. I was just hoping. I was just.
He was hoping you won.
I was praying the entire time.
Right.
Like when they said Jay, when I said Jay, I wasn't sure
Because
what
there
you were
was
talking
two
about.
J's,
Yeah.
JayFlexn and J Diamond.
Yeah, when I say flexing, my heart like pounded on my chest. I said, damn,
Right.
that's crazy. Yeah.
So now, how you preparing? Because SOBs was, like you said, a great opportunity.
Yeah.
Now the next step is huge. Like, there's thousands of artists trying to get that opportunity to perform on Who's Next Festival at Summer Jam. You are actually gonna be up there. So how does JayFlexn prepare for that?
I just keep practicing every day. And I just keep I practice every day. I mentally prepare myself for it, and it just I don't know. It still hasn't hit me yet.
Are you still humble?
Yeah, I'm still humble.
You're not walking around school like acting crazy now.
No, never that, never that.
Okay, cool. That's the most important.
Yeah,
But I'm glad to see like you understand how much of a blessing this is, how much of an opportunity, and you're still remaining humble
yeah.
throughout the process.
Because God don't bless overly confident people, so I gotta stay modest.
Right. Back to when you said mom's perspective on artists, like gangster rap, this and that. Who were artists that you were listening to growing up? Like when you decided, yo, I'm gonna make music, who was inspiring you? Because if you listen to your music, we were saying in the studio, it got like inspiration from Lil TJ, it has inspiration from A Boogie, but who else was like inspiring you?
Like when I first started rapping, I didn't know them yet. So who I got inspiration from? I got inspiration from Run DMC. I got inspiration from a little bit of Dr. Dre on the producing side, and my cousin, cause he's the one that got me into like rapping in general. Cause at first I was freestyling like since I was 4, and then I didn't even realize I was doing it. I was just doing it. So yeah.
Does your cousin know you'll be performing at Summer Jam?
Oh yeah, he called me. We was on the phone for like 3 hours after like midnight. Yeah, and then he was just like, "Yo, I'm proud of you, bro." Like, he was like, "I'm proud of you," cause I remember when he was 4, he was spinning the nursery rhymes and
And look, almost 10 years later, now you performing on a huge stage.
That's
and
amazing.
A lot of people don't know that, and I didn't know till today that you actually produce a lot of your own music.
I produce all my music.
Everything.
Everything.
Since the beginning, since you started making music, or
yeah, of course, everything. Everything from even when I wasn't consistent, I was always producing my music. And even before I started rapping, I know how to produce.
Do you produce for other artists or just for yourself?
I haven't produced for other artists yet, but that's something I would like to get into because, for instance, like if people are interested in you to work with them, you can also give them like you can also give them like a feature, but you can also give them a beat.
Right.
So that's 2 ways to go.
Right. Shout out to Breeze because he mentioned Cash Cobain, and I feel like that's what Cash Cobain been that's how he's been winning.
Yeah.
Like you get a feature, you can get a Cash Cobain beat, but the fact that you're talented enough to do both really goes a long way. So with all these opportunities happen with Summer Jam, with SOBs, what's next for JayFlexn? Is there you putting an album together? You just dropping singles?
After Summer Jam, 5 days after it, and after that, I have an EP that I'm dropping this summer.
So the EP coming this summer.
Yes.
The new singles coming right after Summer Jam.
Yes.
Is that the song you're gonna perform at Summer Jam? Have you decided yet?
Yes.
That the unreleased one.
Yeah, the On My Way.
So you need to make sure you have a cameraman out there to get all the footage so you can use that to promote the record.
Yeah. I planned that already.
Look, he's ahead of it. We can't even put him on because he's already ahead of us. Speaking of videos, let's talk about some of your videos because you got good videos, good visuals.
Thank you.
Where's that creative side come from? Is that
really my videos they go off like the theme of the song. Depending on what the song talks about, that's what the video gotta be about. Because if you pay attention to a lot of rappers' videos, it's just like dancing and just done. But for instance, in Coming Through, I talk about my grind, so I had to do it in the studio. Eye for eye, I had to do it in the studio. And 5 seconds, it said like 5 seconds ago in the past.
right?
So I was just looking at like old videos and pictures of myself. And during 5 seconds, in 5 seconds, I had help from other people, including my dad and my mom, putting that concept together.
That's the one with the old pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good idea. Even though you're still young, but to see how far you came already in 10 years is amazing.
Yeah.
So to watch you, the next 10 years of your career, as fast as it's going, I think we're all excited to see you grow, and we're glad that you stay humble. You got a good foundation, because all that goes a long way.
Yeah.
And we're excited for this project. This summer is coming.
Yeah.
You have a name for it yet?
The project?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about calling it Youngest in Charge. Might change, but that's what I
right
think
now,
about.
it's Youngest in Charge.
Yeah.
And when that, like August, you think it's July or August?
August, July.
When's your birthday?
October 25th.
Oh, okay. So we can't wait till your birthday.
Nah.
We gotta get it out early. He's on
Yeah.
Summer Jam. He's performing. He's lit. He's turned up.
Yeah.
What's your IG so they could tap in with everything?
My IG JayFlexn dot the kid THEKID. Yeah.
Let's go, man. Youngest in Charge, JayFlexn. Catch him June 20th at the Who's Next Festival in Newark, New Jersey for Summer Jam. The project is coming. Did we miss anything? Is there anybody you want to shout out besides your parents? Anybody else?
Parents, man. I want to shout out BICT on the fit. That's my mentor. I want to shout out I want to shout out Breeze, because he's the one, like, he said, even though he's 13, can you please get a minute? And I appreciate him for that. I want to shout out Prince D, and I want to shout out my cousin.
There it is, man. Tap in, JayFlexn. We outside. DJ Drewski, the new movement. He got school tomorrow, so we got to get him home because it's late night. But he pulled up and he's working. Congratulations on everything. We'll see you at Summer Jam.
All right, thank you.
Let's go. Perfect.